What's up guys, welcome to the Mid-Level Media channel, and today I'm going to be showing off my entire Arrow video collection. So a couple of weeks ago I put up a poll on my Instagram, I think I put it up on Mid-Level Movie Reviews, asking if you all would like to see a video of my entire film collection. So how I'm going to handle that is I'm not going to make one big long 3-hour video of my entire collection. I'm going to try to break it up into some segments, and it'll probably culminate into one big 1 hour long video as I show off all of my Blu-rays. But to start off, I'm going to take things a little slow. I'm going to start breaking things into sections. So today I'm going to cover my Arrow video collection, then maybe next week I'll do my Scream Factory collection, Criterion, maybe go into my horror DVDs, 4Ks, and then Blu-rays. So we're going to break it up into sections as we go, and then at the end I'm going to be able to, I will have shown you all my entire collection. So I'm really excited to get into this. As far as my Arrow videos, I started collecting them maybe back in 2017. It's been quite some time, and I'm going to try to go through them in order of which I got them. And also what's interesting is I haven't purchased all of these. I'm actually in a partnership with Arrow Video, and I do get titles sent in for review from them periodically. So a lot of these I've had sent to me by Arrow Video, which is pretty awesome. So how many I have in total here is, let's see, I have 13 in total. I'm going to save my big box ones for last because they're my favorite. But guys, if you have not bought from Arrow Video, it is an excellent boutique Blu-ray distribution company. They do great work on special features, behind the scenes stuff. Their transfers are just excellent across the board. I have not watched one that the transfer was not stellar on. So I haven't seen every one of these in my stack. I have seen most of them, and I will acknowledge which ones I haven't seen as we go through them. So let's get moving on to the first one, and this was the very first Arrow video that I picked up, and it is House. And I don't know if you've all ever seen House. It's kind of a goofy kind of horror comedy for a lot of it. I remember it being a lot scarier than it actually was until I went back to rewatch it, and I rewatched it for my 31 Days of Horror last October, and it was fine, but it was definitely more horror comedy, and a lot of the practical effects, and it felt like a lot of the monsters and everything in the movie were wearing like rubber suits, and it just didn't look great. But maybe the downside of showing it in HD versus like an old VHS copy. But I definitely remember the sequels more fondly. I liked House 2 a lot, but I haven't got around to picking up that Arrow set yet. So House is one, and it has great artwork on this cover. And like I said, just if you look at the back of these, they are loaded with special features. So definitely they did a great job on that. So let's move on to the second one that I bought, and this was a favorite for me from when I was a kid. And I actually saw this one before I saw the first one, and this is Creepshow 2. The sequel to Creepshow, and like I said, I didn't watch Creepshow for the first time until last year. I watched Creepshow 2 maybe 20-30 times as a kid, and I'm not exactly sure why. Maybe it was the only one that came on TV, or the only one I had access to the VHS. I don't know why exactly I watched Creepshow 2 so many times, but again, just excellent artwork on these. And a lot of these earlier ones I have that I bought back in the day off Amazon, they didn't always come with the slipcover, but you open this up, it has a cool little booklet inside. I'm going to try to show these off as they have them. You got the guy, I think that's Tom Savini right there, who does a lot of the makeup effects, and he was in the movie. So cool artwork on this one. And these have reversible covers as well. Pretty much all the Arrow videos have reversible covers. So I'll go ahead and show this one off because I really like this one too. That's the reversible cover on that one. It's pretty darn cool for sure. I do like that release, and I really enjoy that movie. The Raft, I don't know if you haven't seen Creepshow 2 in this segment, The Raft, it's really creepy and unnerving, and just fantastic gore effects in that one. And that's the one that really stands out to me. So let's move on to my next one. That is a sci-fi classic, 12 Monkeys, and I really like this set. I really like the cover on this one. I have not watched the film yet, and as you can see on the back, you got all the special features. This one I actually have a slipcover for, so that's cool. Let's go ahead and show you all the reversible cover art on that one. I'll try to do that for some of these. That's the reversible cover art for 12 Monkeys. Pretty damn cool. And, you know, Arrow, along with Scream Factory and the movies that they release themselves, even though 12 Monkeys is a classic, the movies they release themselves may not be of the best quality, but they always do an excellent job on just the artwork and the presentation, the special features, just all that stuff is excellent with Arrow Video, and I love collecting for them. So let's move on to the next one, another one that I haven't watched yet, but I bought last year in mind to watch, and the cover was so cool and everybody was showing it off on Instagram, so I went and bought it. Alice, Sweet Alice, which is a horror film from the 70s. It stars Brooke Shields in it, and yeah, I need to watch this one soon for sure. That's the reversible cover art on it, and that's really awesome. So definitely one I'm interested in watching soon. I love horror from the 70s, so that should be cool. Let's move on to the next one, guys, and this is one of my favorite films of all time. It is my favorite John Hughes movie, and as soon as I saw that this one was coming out, I pre-ordered it, and I had to make sure I got it. This is Weird Science, and this cover is so phenomenal when she first comes out of the bathroom with the pink lights behind her, the electricity, and the two boys sitting there. I love this cover. It is one of my favorite slipcovers of anything in my collection. And right here we have the reversible cover art as well. So cool images all around on that one. And I don't know, I'd have to look it up. I don't know if they use like past posters or promotional material for when the film actually came out as the reversible slipcovers, but I'd have to go back and see. It looks like they do. But let's move on to a couple others. These two actually got sent to me last year from Arrow for review. The first one is a recent film. It's called The Dead Center. And this one kind of reminded me a lot of, I don't know if you've seen Autopsy of Jane Doe, which is an excellent horror film from 2016, I believe that one came out. This one kind of reminded me of that, just not as good or as creepy as that one. To be honest, this one was kind of a boring snooze fest, and I didn't like this one all that much, but that's The Dead Center right there. And it's actually a recent film. It came out in 2019, I believe. This next one is a Guillermo del Toro movie. Came out in 2015, and that is Crimson Peak. And I actually watched this one to review last year, and I really enjoyed this film. I hadn't seen it when it first came out, but it was a really creepy, atmospheric, kind of supernatural movie. It wasn't fully horror either. It kind of had some romance aspects to it. And yeah, I really enjoyed this film. Let's go ahead and see if they got some reversible cover art on this one to show off. And yep, they got some reversible cover art. So just awesome work all around. I love Arrow. Awesome. I'm going to be talking them up throughout this entire video because that's what this is all about, guys. I'm trying to encourage you all to go over, buy yourself some Arrow titles to add to your collection. You'll thank me later. It's definitely worth it. But these next two I got sent to me, actually next three I got sent to me for review earlier this year, and they have all three came out this year. And the first one is Deadly Manor, and I haven't got a chance to talk about this one. I think I reviewed it on my mid-level media page on my Instagram, but this is it's not a great horror film. It's kind of like a slasher, like a mystery, like whodunit kind of slasher movie. And it's not great. It's from, I think, 1990, and the director of this movie he actually directed the next one on my list, Jose Ramon Larraz. And yeah, it's not great. It's got some cool kills in it. It's got a cool villain, interesting ideas behind it, but the execution of the movie is not fantastic. But this cover is really great, and I think this one should have some reversible cover art as well. Yeah, it is a creepy mask though that this person wears. this woman. Deadly Manor. So that's also kind of interesting. Probably pretty revolutionary at the time. That is a woman serial killer. So the next one, guys, is called Edge of the Axe, and that is another kind of slasher, mystery whodunit kind of slasher movie where you're trying to figure out who the killer is the whole movie, and they really do some flips and twists and turns at the end. I enjoyed this one for the most part. I think it was a little stronger than Deadly Manor, but it is just really cheesy kind of horror schlock from the early 90s again. But yeah, just again, great work, great special features. I actually listened to the special features on this one and Deadly Manor, and they had offered some really interesting insights into some of the actors that were in these movies and how most of them don't act anymore, and this was like a one-time gig for them, and they really enjoyed it, but they didn't really go on to do much else. But let's show you the main cover on this one. Really cool cover for Edge of the Axe. Alright guys, so let's move on. This is one I haven't started watching yet. This is the One Missed Call trilogy, and this one, it's a Japanese film trilogy, and I've heard of One Missed Call, the American version, but I didn't know that these were based off of a Japanese franchise, and I certainly didn't know they had a trilogy. But this is a cool release for sure. You open it up, it's got 3 discs. Got a little booklet here. So, really cool little booklet. Cool presentation on this one. I definitely need to break into these and watch them at some point. Alright, so now we're going to move on to the grand finale, guys. And these last 3 that I have in my collection are definitely my favorites. And they really kind of represent the best of what Arrow as a distribution, as a physical media distribution company can do, and they're incredible releases. And the first one I have here is The Hills Have Eyes Part 2, and I've actually haven't seen this one either. I haven't even seen the original Hills Have Eyes. Let's take a look at the back. The only ones I've seen is the remakes. The Hills Have Eyes remake by Alexandre Aja, which is a great horror movie, and the sequel to that one. But I'm definitely interested in watching this one. Let's take this out. On these kind of big box, and these boxes that they use are really sturdy. Like, they're not like your standard slipcovers. Like, they're just super sturdy and durable. And that's what I love about the Arrow presentation. And in those big box releases, they always include like big posters. I'm gonna go ahead and open this one up. I don't know if I'll do this for all of them, but got a big poster here. The Hills Have Eyes. So I mean, it's just, they do great work, and this cost me like $20. Interesting story about this one. I actually found it in a Target, just in a random like clearance location, and I paid full price for it, but it was just in a random spot, and I've never seen an Arrow video at Target since I saw this. But they got a nice little booklet in here. I won't show you all that. And you got The Hills Have Eyes, the actual set. And let's show off some reversible cover art. Might as well, right? You're watching this video to really get a glimpse at these sets. Might as well show off the full capacity of them. Yeah, that's a cool little reversible slipcover for sure. So let's go ahead and box this one back up. And now, like, we're going to get to the top 2. These are my top 2. And I remember when this one came out last year. These both actually came out last year. This one came out in the very beginning, and it's, as soon as I saw it, like, this isn't one of the best movies. And I actually talked about this one last week in my top 10 post-apocalyptic films. But I really enjoy this movie. It's entertaining as hell, and that is Waterworld. And this freaking cover, just look at it. It is amazing. I love the cover on this one. It's a really cheesy adventure film, and this movie, this edition has all the cuts on it. It has like the Ulysses cut. Let's see. Let's take a look at the back. Like, you can see all the different cuts that they have on there. They have the theatrical cut, the TV cut, the Ulysses cut. You know, just many different cuts of this film. And I think the Ulysses cut is somewhere around like 3.5 hours or something like that. Something crazy. But also, this one comes with a big booklet, which is really cool. Just tons of facts and pictures and stories about the movie. And another poster. Let's go ahead and show off the poster. And also these have the big artwork from the actual Arrow release, and then you flip them over and they have the original poster on the back. So that's really awesome. I love this set. Love it. It looked amazing too when I watched it. Amazing presentation. Definitely check that one out. So this one is the ultimate. This one may be my favorite physical media release that I picked up last year. And the movie's incredible. It's one of my favorite horror movies of all time. It is American Werewolf in London. So look at that beauty. It is gorgeous. That cover is gorgeous. God, I love it. I love it. It's fantastic. Let's go ahead and pop this out. In this movie, it's definitely one of my favorites of all time. The special effects, the transfer scene, what Rick Baker does with the practical effects, and like no CGI is used in this, and it's amazing. It's incredible what they do to bring this to life, these werewolves to life in this movie. Right here on this cover, this is actually the reversible cover. You have the original poster right there. And on the back, just look at all those special features. I haven't got to watch them all, but I got into a few of them. Yeah, just an incredible amount of special features. Again, you have a booklet right here. And this is actually the artwork that they used on the, I don't know if you've ever seen them at Walmart. There'll be like DVD, Blu-ray covers, like glow-in-the-dark kind of covers. And that's the same artwork they use for that, so that's interesting. And, you know, just a little booklet, snapshot of stuff inside. Yeah. This is definitely my favorite. This is one of my favorite releases in my collection, for sure. I love it. Let's show off this poster real quick. Woo! That is awesome. Flip it to the back. We got the original poster. Incredible. Incredible release. That is just one of my favorites. And yeah, I love Arrow, guys, and I couldn't recommend them as a distribution company more. Go check them out at their website. You can buy a lot of their releases on Amazon as well. I'll link a couple of these down below. I'll link the Waterworld one and the American Werewolf in London, and I'll also probably link their website down below so you can check that out. But that is it for my Arrow videos, and this is the first installment in my kind of showing off of my Blu-ray collection that I'm going to do for you all. And there might be some videos that are longer than others, but this is kind of the start. This is what I would call the prologue to the big main event. And I'm going to try to do these just category by category, upload them weekly for you all to check out. And it should be a lot of fun, I know a lot of y'all have been asking just to see my collection and for me to get into that. So go ahead, guys, and please, if you do one thing today, just click that like button down there. Just click the like button. Show a little support to this video. Also, comment down below, what is your favorite Arrow video that I have showed off today? Or what is your favorite that you've picked up maybe that I don't have in my collection that you might recommend to me? Just leave me some comments down below of what you think about Arrow, which one of these interests you. And go ahead, and if you're not already subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. I'm going to be doing weekly videos, unboxings, giveaways. I've got some things cooking coming up soon that I think I'm going to drop an announcement video tomorrow. Some things I'm really excited about, additions to my channel. Some awesome things that I think you will be too. But go ahead and subscribe to my channel, guys. Like this video, leave me a comment, and we'll see you next time.